Evergreen versus Arcalia Jennings. I know I mispronounced that. Your name?
Markayla.
Markayla. All right. And where are we on this?
$1,740.
$1,740. Okay. When are we getting that paid, do you think?
I get paid every 2 weeks. It's $1,740, but I paid $500 just today.
You paid another $500 today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so
when's your next paycheck?
March 7th. I'll be able to pay $1,500.
Okay, so if you paid $500 today, you'll be okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enter a judgment for possession, finding no tribal issue for a total amount of the $1,740. That basically locks in February, and we won't be including the $1,164 for March in.
Okay.
Okay. So to maintain your housing, you just need to get this paid. If you've already paid $500, then it's $1,200. You'll have a check by the 7th. I will give you to the 12th to get all of that paid. All right. And then you can figure out how to pay March.
Well, yeah, the 21st, all of March will be paid because that's the
right. Okay, I got you. But this way, you just have to pay this amount by the 12th of March, and then get your March paid. You'll be all set.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Your Honor, may I approach with that?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What? Huh? I know he's with me first, but he's kind of waved at me, didn't call me by name. I'm just, no. Evergreen Apartments versus Edward Carr III.
Jillian Aiken for plaintiff.
Hello, Mr. Carr.
How's it going?
Good.
Your Honor, Mr. Carr and I spoke before the docket. He has a balance including court costs of $2,676.63. He has a hawk appointment on March 6th. He's
6th, so they moved it up.
Seeking assistance. He was unable to pay. He was supposed to pay $500. He was unable to pay that. He was relying on a friend who wasn't able to get him the money.
Okay, so
I also got in contact with Human Resources, the downtown Ipsy. Got in contact with them, filed my paperwork with them as well. I got in contact with the Peace Center. Bonnie, talked with him one-on-one as well, and he referred me to Friends Indeed as well. I also just got me a second job as well. So I will be having 2 weekly checks coming in, say within a week, prior after this. So yeah, I got some things lined up. I do got them lined up. It's just a matter of time. I just need more time if possible.
how much is your monthly rent?
$1,043, sir.
1,000.
$1,043.
Okay. Okay, the problem's going to be is that you're going to be over. I mean, I almost want to just say to give you a judgment, and then you can tell Hawk, this is how much I owe.
I mean, wherever feels best.
I'm just trying to. And you have a meeting with Hawk on?
Yeah, we
on the 6th?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to issue a judgment for possession, finding no tribal issue for the 2676.63.
And that's not including in March, because I'm thinking about March as well. So
right, that does not include March, but this will help you maintain your housing, right?
Yes, sir.
And so I'll make his writ date the 14th, That way you'll meet with Hawk, give them time if they're gonna be able to help you out.
I
Just try to
appreciate
get this paid off.
I appreciate you.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Take care.
Yes, sir, you too.
Court calls the case of Evergreen Apartments versus Wanissa Matthews. Hello, what's your name?
Vanessa Matthews.
All right, what's the claim in this case?
Your Honor, I have a balance including court costs of $3,667.90.
Okay, how are we gonna get this paid?
I talked to the people in Hawk. They had my appointment March the 9th, but they called and switched it to the 5th of March.
So you got an appointment on
And then
the fifth?
then I filed for the, what's that, the SER.
SER.
Yep, I did that as well.
Okay. So let me ask you this. If I told you you had to come up with about $667.90, when could you do that?
Before the 5th. Sometime before the 5th, yeah. Before my appointment with Hawk.
Got it.
Yep.
But your monthly rent is how much? 1,500,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Okay. So let's do this. I'm gonna find no tribal issue, judgment for possession. Or the 3667.90. So that's hopefully the number that Hawk will work off of.
Okay.
You pay the 667.90. They hopefully can then pay the 3,000 and then you got March left to figure out.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So I'll issue that judgment with a writ date of, I'll just do it the 14th since our appointment got moved up. So I'll make the writ date the 14th of that month.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you. So I'll come back here March the 14th?
No, you don't need to come back.
Okay.
Just have a judgment. You need to let them know that a judgment has entered for that amount. You're gonna get that balance to 3,000 so they can get that paid off.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay? Thank you. Court calls the case of Evergreen versus Ruth Palmore.
Julian,
And Denisha Moore.
Julian Egan for plaintiff.
Hello.
Hello.
How much is owing on this?
I have a balance including court costs of $2,507.07.
All right. Did we get, you were gonna pay 1,200.
I paid that today.
You paid it today?
Yes.
Okay. So that brings our balance down to around 1,300. When were you gonna try to get that paid?
Well, I got an appointment with Hawk. I believe it's on the 13th because they pushed it up because it was on like the 20th. And I put in application for SER. I haven't heard nothing back from them. And I'm able to pay something else Wednesday 14th when I get paid again.
How much do you think you can pay on the 14th?
Maybe about 9.
And your monthly rent is 12. So we basically got your monthly rent paid. We're not gonna increase from the 2,500 that was there. You don't have a Hawk appointment till the 13th.
I believe that's when they said it was.
Your Honor, this is also, this is a case where the first hearing was just last week.
Yeah,
You're within that 20 weeks.
right. So let's do this. I'm going to adjourn your case out, but I'm going to go to the 14th so that at least we'll, after your Hawk appointment, have some news. Okay. So March 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. Okay. All right.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Court calls the case of Evergreen versus Idris Williams. And Mohammed
Abdul Wasi.
exactly what I said. All right.
No worries.
And your name is?
Idris Williams.
All right, you can take it.
Oh, I apologize.
Good. All right, and how much is owing?
I have a balance including court costs of $1,949.92.
All right.
And I owe you $400. I'm supposed to get my check on Wednesday. I do have somebody here that also works with me that can say that our checks are still not in. They're supposed to be in on Wednesday. The guy routed to the wrong place. We get paper checks still. I work at the Brown Jug. I'm literally going to work right after this. So right when I get my check, I'm dropping giving the $400. I've also contacted Hawk as well. And then on Monday, my grandmother's sending me money for my March rent. So I'm gonna try to use that to help pay off the rest of that and then get the rest of the money as I'm working.
All right, so I got
And
you.
all the stuff.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot. I
No, take a
put
breath.
myself in a bad situation. So yeah,
What'd you say?
I said I put myself in a bad situation. I told you last week about the whole situation that I put myself in.
Okay, so just trying to think, we're at the end of the month here. And do you have a meeting with Hawk yet or no?
I don't have a meeting I spoke with them and everything like that, finished, included the intake, everything like that. And they just said they'll email me with the date that they're going to be having our meeting with. So I'm just trying to get I've literally worked every single day, doubles, and I have slept for 3 hours. So I'm trying to,
I got you.
I'm sorry, my bad.
No, you're okay. I'm just trying to figure out what to do here. Because if you had to come up with this whole amount on your own, when could you do that, or do you know?
I will skip class for the next 2 weeks
Well,
to
I
work.
don't want you doing all that. And I remember, when can you come up with it, you think?
The full amount. So I know that my taxes have been submitted, everything like that. My mother has submitted them last week. So they're saying 3 to 4 weeks out. So I know that my return's over 1,900, and
And your monthly rent is how much?
it's about a little bit below $1,300. Split between me, my brother, and my grandmother helps us out.
And you're in school?
Both myself and my brother. I graduate in a month and a half, and this is a heck of a time to put yourself in a bad situation, isn't it?
Your Honor, and just for the record, the balance in March is going to be just $3,274.12.
Got it. Okay.
Rid of that.
And okay, you're gonna have to, okay, I'm gonna do this for you, young man. I'm not gonna do the judgment at this part. I'm gonna let the March rent click in, and then I'm going to adjourn this to March 14th, 2025 at
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
You mind if I put this in my notes on my phone right now?
Pardon?
The amount that she just said and the time, just so I have it in my phone notes. Do you
Sure,
mind?
go ahead, you can do it.
Thank you.
Do what you gotta do.
Mr. Williams, as you're doing that, sorry, if contact the city.
Can you tell me that? Yeah.
The number again?
Just so I can tell them.
$3,274.
And then the date is 14th at
3 p.m.
sure. And then back here, correct?
back here.
Sure.
Okay. In the interim, keep paying what you
Yeah.
can in them, but you want that balance around the $3,000 figure
100%.
or less. When you go in and get a Hawk appointment. Okay.
I got you.
All right. Then.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Take care. Flomar Apartments versus Emily Kozlowski.
Jillian Aiden for plaintiff.
Hello. And how much is owing?
I have a balance including court costs of $2,723.64. And I have a note from my client that they sent information to Hawk today from Ms. Kozlowski. And then, Your Honor, I just have a note from my client saying that there might be unauthorized occupants in Ms. Kozlowski's unit. Two individuals, it sounds like.
Oh, so I can explain,
was taking some time to go visit family and I had a cat sitter there, which I let the landlord know and was she's aware of. I'm not sure who the other person is with my cat sitter. That is an issue I have to take up.
Okay.
With Hawk, yes, they were waiting on my landlord to get back to them. So I've been waiting with that. DHS was the SCR application. There's just some back and forth on like the right paperwork. So I'm waiting on pending approval for that. I have picked up old waitressing shifts. However, and excuse my language. It's been very slow. So I have 200 I can pay today, and I have a job that I'm accepting this week, and should be able to have money coming in 2 weeks.
Her monthly amount with her March rent will be how much?
An extra $1,048 plus utilities.
On top of the fee.
Okay. So, ma'am, here's what I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
I'm gonna, you Hawk sent the information over, so I'll let them make a decision as to what they're gonna pay for you. I'm gonna grant a judgment for possession,
Okay.
finding no tribal issue for the 27/23/64.
Okay.
Let Hawk know, and they sent that over. I'm just gonna make the writ date the 14th.
Okay.
This doesn't include your March rent,
Okay.
right? But if Hawk is gonna take care of that previous balance,
Okay.
then the only thing you're dealing with is March.
Okay.
Got it?
Great. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thank you.
Yep.
Courthouse case, Glencoe Hills versus Jennifer James.
Jillian Aiken, the plaintiff.
Jennifer James?
Yes, hi, sir, Your Honor.
Hey, there you are. Okay, gotcha. Okay. How much is owing? Probably the same amount.
I have a balance including court costs of $3,279.35.
All right. Did they call you regarding moving your Hawk appointment up?
Yes, Your Honor, my appointment went from March 24th. It is now scheduled for March the 10th.
Dear goodness. What's your monthly rent?
$13.49.
Are you going to be able to pay anything between now and the Hawk appointment?
Unfortunately, maybe just a minor amount. I am temporarily disabled due to some injuries. So the goal is to get back to work as soon as my doctor clears me. I also have an SR application in process. I spoke with them yesterday. They are waiting for medical reports to confirm the disability, and they said they'll be able to make a decision for March 10th as well. So I won't have any additional information from either of those resources until after March 10th.
Okay. Well, this is my second hearing. So I'm going to adjourn this over to March 7th, 2025 at 2 p.m.
So, Your Honor, I have a question. If I'm not going to hear anything from the 10th, is there any way to put that out until the 14th so that I do have an opportunity to have that meeting and hear back from CR as well?
I'll do that, but the problem is that the balance is going to be so high that it's causing me some concern. I'll make it the 14th at 3.
Okay, thank you so much. And you said 3 p.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Glencoe Hills versus Jerome Adams. Hello, what's your name?
It's Jerome Adams.
How much is owing on this?
I have a balance including court costs of $695.13.
Did you pay the $100?
And I had contacted Hawk, and Hawk was saying that they would pay up to 3,000, so I didn't pay it because Hawk was saying that they would pay up to that they cover up to three
Do
thousand.
do you have an appointment with Hawk?
Yeah, I have a appointment with Hawk for the 17th right now. I was trying to see if they would say they would contact me, see if they could make it
Oh,
soon.
they gotta move that up. How much is your monthly rent?
I don't have, my stuff is for utilities. I'm on for utilities right now.
Pardon?
I ain't only working for, it was for utilities.
You
Your
just
Honor, section 8 pays the entire rent, I believe.
got it. Okay, so I'm gonna put this out to the 14th, 2025 at
3 p.m.
3 p.m. Okay? And so if they move your appointment up, then you can talk to them and let's see if we can get this done.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah. And did that. Glencoe Hills versus Jonathan Payne.
Yeah.
Jonathan Payne?
How you doing, Your Honor?
All right. You're not driving, are you?
No, I'm actually standing outside the vehicle.
Oh, you're outside. I thought that was the sunroof. Okay. All right. It's all right. Okay. How much is owing on this?
I have a balance including court costs of $788.34.
Okay.
Note that Mr. Payne might be able to pay on, and Mr. Payne, you can confirm this or what might have you payment on the 5th, and then the
Yes.
rest of March paid on the 12th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He came through with the other one. So what I'll do is I'll give you a chance without giving a judgment to, I'll adjourn this to March 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m.
Okay. Will that be in
Okay.
court or virtual?
It'd be in person, but
Okay.
if you have everything paid, then I'm not gonna need to see you because they'll dismiss, but you need to check with their office to make sure everything's paid.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, Your Honor. Yep.
Thank you.
If you can stay in contact with Susie, and she can let you know when your balance is at 0. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah, just stay in contact with her like.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Glencoe Hills versus Justin Jefferson and is it Ugo Kachuka? Chikuwu. Nisiki. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Justin Jefferson.
All right, that'll work.
Jillian Hagan for plaintiff.
All right, and what's the balance on this?
Your Honor, I have a balance of court costs of $2,892.59. It sounds like Mr. Jefferson made a payment of $800 this morning.
Okay. And then it's gonna click up into 13. So or no, 1,300. How are you intending on trying to get this paid?
I plan on paying a minimum of $600 every week. So that's how, and have an appointment with Hawk. That got moved down to March 10th, at 11 a.m.
This is a second here. It's March 10th. And you're gonna pay 600 every week up
Yes,
until you. All right. He did what he said he was gonna do at the last one, actually more than what he told me. So I'm gonna adjourn this out to March 14th, give him a shot to try to get it 2025 at 3 p.m. All right.
Thank you.
And that way you'll have your Hawk appointment. We'll see where you are.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Glencoe or Gulfside Lakes versus Patrice Haywood.
Jillian Hagan for plaintiff.
I didn't see her over there. I knew she was here, but hello, Miss Haywood.
Your Honor, I have balance including court costs of $1,999.56. It sounds like Miss Hewitt already had a Hawk appointment on the 24th. And I'm seeing the balance in March is going to be about $3,616.72.
Okay. So, Ms. Haywood, where are you on this?
I made 2 payments since the last court appearance, and I spoke with Hart again this morning, sent some paperwork in. I'm just waiting on them to see.
For Hawk to say something on it. All right, let me ask you this. If you had to come up with $616, basically $620, when could you do that?
Today.
Today, you can, okay. So if you pay that to the landlord today, I'm just gonna put 620 today. What that will do is with your March in, you'll be at about a $3,000. That way Hawk will know that, and hopefully then Hawk can take care of that whole balance. Let's hope, right?
Let's hope.
So you've already met with them, right?
Yes, I spoke with them twice.
We can do the 7th, Your Honor.
That's what I'm thinking. March 7th, 2025 at 2 p.m. Okay? We'll see you then, Ms. Hayward. Take care. Court calls the case of Gulfside Lakes versus Anisha Williams.
Jillian Ingen for plaintiff. Your Honor, she was in.
But not anymore.
Yeah, but not anymore. She sent a message that she was losing her connection. She just want to pass this, Your Honor.
I'll pass that one. Court does call the case of Gulfside Lakes versus Emmett Redwine.
Jillian Ingen for plaintiff.
Oh boy, here we go.
Afternoon.
How you doing, Mr. Redwine?
Right.
All right, what's his balance?
I have a balance including court costs of $2,538.99.
All right, Mr. Redwine. You were supposed to pay 800 yesterday. Did you get that done?
Today.
Today. Okay, you can pay it today?
No, I paid 7 today. And the reason why I said I was gonna pay 800, but I forgot that I left work early to come to court last week, so it took me a little bit up under $800. So
Okay. So you paid 700.
yeah, just morning.
Okay, so then how are you gonna get the rest of this paid?
We'll pay some,
Huh?
I'm gonna pay it, Yana.
Okay, so when you gonna do that?
Well, I want, if possible, like I can have half paid in 2 weeks and then pay the other half.
They pay the other half when? Because you got March rent clicking.
Well, it's already clicked in on my thing. I already see March rent. It's already clicked in on mine.
Are
Sorry.
you including
It's-
March rent when you say half?
Yeah, it's 30, is, so I owe 3,025.
113?
Yes, 3,113, correct,
3,113.
correct. That's, my subtracting the 700 that I paid today.
Okay, so then
It's 31.
how much would so you're gonna pay half of that in 2 weeks?
I'm gonna pay at least 14 in 2 weeks. Cause the only reason why I say that,
Okay,
because I work.
No, that's fine.
Go ahead.
So you're gonna pay 14 in 2 weeks, and then when you gonna pay the rest?
In 2 weeks. I'm like two weeks. You know, I get paid every week, Yana. You know what I'm saying? For sure. I get paid every week. But what happened was last week, I worked. Can I just say something, please?
Yeah,
Okay,
can I
fine.
stop you?
Yes,
You
can.
just always go ahead. Mr.
No,
Redwine.
I work Sunday through Thursday. I work midnight. So I just got off this morning. But I got sick. I had got sick Saturday, so I ended up going to the emergency. I got real sick, got fever, whatever. Went to the emergency Saturday, so they gave me prescription and everything. So I called off work Sunday. you know what I'm saying, just to get myself well, you know what I'm saying, get myself better to go back to work. Cause I work on the dock. I'm a forklift, a hollow driver, so I load trucks all night. So it'd be real cold. So I wanted to give myself one day of rest before I go back to work. So I did miss one day this week, which is Sunday. So that's why I say, I wanted to say, because like I said, I bring home like 8 something a week after tax, after taxes, after everything is taken out, insurance and everything. But I missed a day. Missed a day this week.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Mr. Redwine. Your Honor, if you want to put it over to the 14th, then maybe we talk then and see what.
March 14th, 2025.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's
Again. See
3
y'all later.
p.m.
What
See?
time?
3 p.m.
Hopefully I have a haircut. See how bad I ain't got a haircut.
I know, I was saying that. That was awful. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You look fine, Mr. Redwine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Almost had to close my eyes because I didn't know when that was going to end. But he gets the whole story out. Gulfside Lakes versus Sarah Brown and Jalen Brown.
Jillian Egan for plaintiff.
They are not checked in. You had previously been sworn. You may proceed.
Your Honor, this is the case for non-payment of rent. Rent to retain possession is $1,037.64. Court costs are $214 for a total of $1,251.64. Plaintiff is requesting a default judgment. That's only.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that's by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days. Court does call the case the people versus, or Hamilton Crossing 2 versus Tierra Warren. Yes, I do. Ms. Warren? Tierra Warren? You gotta
Yes, I'm
unmute.
here. Yep, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
It's all right. We need a camera. How much is owing?
Your Honor, I have a balance including court costs, $6,218.01. It's my understanding that Ms. Warren was to follow up with Supreme Felons to see if they would release $3,000 to the landlord if there was a COD in place. It sounds like since Ms. Warren called our office yesterday, I believe, but
Yeah,
I wasn't able to.
the lady called me back yesterday. Yeah, and I
Oh,
called.
Okay.
The lady called me back yesterday.
It's my understanding that Supreme Felons is no longer able to hold on to that $3,000.
What do you mean?
So Ms. Warren and I spoke out in the hallway. She said that Supreme Felons has withdrawn their, is not able to pay the $3,000.
Okay. Anything you want to say, ma'am?
Yes, so I had spoken with Jillian today, and I was just asking her to ask my landlord if they would still do the payment arrangement, even if I have to pay a bit more every month than what she initially requested. And I can make a payment today of $400 and then another on the 5th of $450.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do, ma'am. I'll let you work out what you can with your landlord, but I can't let this click up into the next month this way.
Right.
So I'm going to grant, finding no tribal issue, I'm going to grant a judgment for possession for that full amount of $6,218.81. I won't have the order of eviction if it can't be paid or other arrangements being made. I'll have that issue the 14th, after the 14th.
Okay.
So give you a couple weeks to try to work something out with them, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. So you just doze off or what? What happened? You knew she was gonna hand you the pick, man. No, it's okay. It's okay. I had to check because she's looking over there. I said, is he all right? Hamilton Crossing 1 versus Jessica Jeffries.
Jillian Egan for plaintiff.
Jessica Jeffries? They have not checked in. You may proceed.
I have entered in possession of $764. Court costs are $176 for a total of $940. Plaintiff is requesting a default judgment for possession only with a writ issued after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff. See? Judgment to the plaintiff. That's by default for possession. Redemption amounting the amount requested with the writ issued in 10 days. Court does call the case of Huron Vista Apartments versus Elise Smith.
I'm here. I'm headed to the library right now so that you can hear me a little bit better.
Yeah, I feel a lot better.
Your Honor, Jillian Egan for plaintiff.
Hello?
SOS made their payment and it was received. My client sent me a text. So we are going to be dismissing this case.
Well, we have keys.
All right.
Keys, but I have 2 students.
Ma'am, your case is being dismissed. That's without prejudice. Your payment
Thank
got
you.
in. All right,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Court calls the case Huron Vista versus Takaya Davis.
Jillian Egan for plaintiff.
How you doing, Your Honor?
And Jalen Humphreys. All right.
How you doing? Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, how much is owing at this point?
Your Honor, I have a balance including court costs of $9,267.
Did I set aside the judgment? I have a judgment.
Your Honor, this is,
Well,
I don't know that a judgment is taken.
Yeah, this
no,
should be
I
it.
think
No,
I may have written it in the wrong spot. So what was the total amount?
It's $9,267.65. If this is a case where there was a MoneyGram that
Yes.
may have been lost, but after the last hearing, it.
Yes,
You did it.
those have been, I do have the receipts for those. Those have been submitted. Those came in the mail actually last night under the jury summons. I mean, not jury, under the court appearance envelope. So those have been submitted this morning. So far, there's a total of $6,773 that has been submitted.
That has been submitted.
Yes, that's all been paid between the money orders from MoneyGram and the cashier's check for
But your client
1623.
hasn't received them.
I don't have.
Okay, those have been turned in this morning.
We received our checklist back this morning, so if it was after that, then it might not, it wouldn't show on the ledger. That would still leave a balance of, it sounds like around 3,000. Your Honor, at this time, plaintiff would request a judgment.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I'm going to do, sir. I'm going to grant a
Okay.
judgment. I'm at the end of another month and I'm going to click in another 1623 and I just can't let that happen.
Right.
So I'm going to grant a judgment for possession. Total redemption amount of the 9267.65 was it?
Yes.
65. But an order of eviction won't issue until after the 14th.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, then that way you have that money in and then you can talk to your landlord or get the other funds in to the landlord, okay?
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Court calls the case Huron Vista versus Dominique Henderson. Dominique Henderson, not checked in. You may proceed.
Thank you. For rent to obtain possession is $415. Court cost is $176 for a total of $591. Plaintiff is requesting a default judgment for possession only with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That's by default for possession. Redemption amount is requested with a writ to issue in 10 days. Court does call the case of Huron Vista versus Cortessa Brown. Hello.
Hello.
All right, how much is owing on this case?
I have a balance including court costs of $5,195.
Okay, ma'am. How are you intending on trying to get this paid?
I applied for an SCR and I need to call a hog, but I could pay $1,000 today.
Okay, how much is your monthly rent?
$16.25.
How much?
$16.25.
You haven't called Hawk yet?
I thought that I needed to hear from SCR first.
Right.
Order
You
to
submitted
call
that
them.
form last week.
Yes.
All right, I'll adjourn it out. Adjourn it to March 7th, 2025, 2 p.m.
Okay. I do have a question. I noticed that at the beginning, on the screen, it had Hawk's information and it had somebody else information. Is that out? Can I get
What
the
now?
information in the hallway?
You want
You
the
know-
Hawk information?
Well, not the Hawk information. When you were in the back and you were talking, you had a list of resources on the screen, but I don't have my cell
We
phone.
we'll get you taken care
Okay, thank you.
of. All right, thank you. Court calls the case of Huron Vista versus Danielle Davis. Hello.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Jillian A. for plaintiff.
All right, how much is owing?
I have a balance including court costs of $2,102.
Okay, and her monthly rent is about 16, so she paid the 15 that she said she was gonna pay. All right, but then this is gonna click back up to where we were. So what's your plan?
Okay, so I have not heard back from the SERA program, but I did hear back from Hawk and they denied me. But I do have
Denied you?
1,500 to pay today.
Okay,
Hoping that I could be caught up with March rent because that's all that's gonna really be due besides the extra 600 by the 14th, honestly.
okay, so if you pay 1,500 to them today, you're gonna be around $600. You're gonna then click in another 1,600, which will,
Put me right back in time, but yes.
you're gonna pay, how much today, 15?
Yes.
Your Honor, if you would contemplate entering into a consent judgment, we could put this into a consent judgment, set it aside if it's paid in full before the writ date. That way we don't have to look in March. And
Well, yeah, I mean, I could just enter a judgment at this point for that amount. You pay 15 today, then when's your next payment?
The latest would be the 14th of March
Okay,
for the
so
March.
I could just enter a judgment for this amount and then give her to the 14th to pay it. It won't include your March rent in it.
Oh,
But it-
600.
What?
It would be just the 600 for if you.
After you pay that, yeah, that pays the 600, but then if you pay something on the 14th, in addition to the 600, that's going toward your March.
Okay.
I'm just not including it in mine, and your housing be maintained once that 15 and 600 is paid.
Okay. Okay.
You want to do it that way?
I can do it that way. Yes.
Okay. That was her,
I'm still willing to set it aside.
okay,
Pay before
It's-
on or before the 14th.
okay, if you get everything paid by that time, she'll set it aside.
Okay.
That's even better.
Even better.
Court finds by no tribal issue, judgment for possession, total amount of the 2102. And no writ, and I'll give a writ date of the 14th. Okay? Then that should do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You take care. Court does call the case of Old Town Realty versus Lawrence Hunt. Hello, sir.
How you doing, young?
All right, Mr. Hunt. Where are we on your case?
Your Honor, we are working on a settlement agreement in the form of a conditional dismissal for the payment plan. I have a draft here with handwritten notations on it, but I haven't.
It's gonna
been able
go-
to get to Mr. Hunt.
It's gonna go into to the next month in any event, right?
Yes.
COD. So why don't I was gonna adjourn it out a week, let all that process happen and hopefully get it resolved. What do you want to say to me? You were gonna get up here, you had to talk.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
go ahead.
I'm willing to pay $1,000 up front, and March rent. And they wanted $400 in the middle of the month. And that's what me and her were going over, but I'm willing to do 300 plus the rent.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna adjourn it out 1 week. March 7th, 2025 at 2 p.m.
Mhm.
All right. And you speak with them and see if you can work out that difference.
The problem I'm having is the condition of the place.
The what?
The condition, the cabinets aren't coming off the wall. I got photos right here. You can see them. And
Okay, do you not want to enter into that, or what do you want to do? Because if you want to contest the amount,
I talked to them, they can do, they're supposed to have done this since October. And they haven't.
okay. But what do you want me to do with the case? Because I'll put it out a week, but I'm going to indicate that you need to give a list to council, but you need to file a written answer with what repairs you want done. You'll need to do that by March 6th. Okay.
Okay.
And then we'll see where we go from there. All right. So you need to file a written answer with the court and make sure that attorneys have a copy. You need to do that by March 6th. 2025. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Court calls case Peninsula Place versus Shayla Taylor. Shayla Taylor. They've not checked in. You may proceed whenever it gets convenient. Apparently, that's how we're working today.
Sorry, Your Honor, this is for.
Shayla Taylor.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is for non-payment of rent retained possession is $930.65. Court costs are $250 for a total of $1,180.65. Plaintiff is requesting a default judgment for possession and for money in the amount stated. Writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days.
Clarify, Your Honor, possession and money for the judgment.
Yes, possession and money. Provident Asset Management versus Linda Harper.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Harper. All right, what's plaintiff's claim in this case?
I have a balance including court costs of $710.
710.
And I have a note that Ms. Harper might be paying the balance today if she hasn't already.
I paid this morning. I have the
You
money
already
orders
paid
right
it.
here. I paid the $710 in full.
Okay. Your Honor, if you put this over till.
I'll put it over a week, but once they verify that payment, then this case will be dismissed. Okay?
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sweet.
River Drive versus Michael McFall.
Bill Bauer on behalf of Ms. McFall, Your Honor. Counsel and I have talked and we'd like to approach on this matter.
Oh, boy. All right, come on. Our record should reflect we're at a bench conference in this case over plaintiff's objection. I'm going to adjourn this matter out March 7th, 2025 at 2 p.m.
And Your Honor, are you setting aside the default judgment or?
I'm not doing it.
everything?
I'm not doing anything with it.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
All right. Yep.
For the record, we haven't read the motion yet, but.
Yeah, right. I think both sides are gathering information, so I'm just putting it over to that date.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Your Honor, I have a question. Oh. Oh, because they already sent me the letter for the eviction.
Yeah, I'll explain everything to her.
Okay. Don't, you're good. You're okay. All right. Young lady,
Your Honor.
let me, counsel approach first. Hang on. Okay,
Oh,
what's wrong?
oh, she has 950 in escrow, so
Does she?
that will eventually go toward your payments unless Hawk is not that.
But she met with Hawk.
Yeah.
But yes, I do have 950 in escrow when she filed her motion, so.
You have an escrow. Oh, yeah.
So she has an SCR.
And then I've got a third resource that I want to try to.
Okay, you good?
I'll explain everything.
All right, you take care, young lady.
Thank you to do it.
You're welcome. The Vitale Seed Company versus Michael Taylor.
Julian Engen for plaintiff.
Taylor?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Your Honor, I have a balance including court costs of $4,201. I have a COD. I'm waiting on final client approval. I'm trying to pull it up right now so that.
You're waiting on your client's
I'm waiting
approval.
on my client to approve it.
All right, so why don't I just adjourn it out a week, Mr. Taylor, and hopefully we can get their approval, get everything resolved then, okay?
So yes, I understand. So I talked to the agency that's helping me out with this, and he said that he talked to my landlord, and he said that he was going to hand him the check on Tuesday for the whole balance, which includes March rent.
For the whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing is going to be paid on Tuesday, next Tuesday,
including March rent.
Yeah, the $4,000.
Okay,
yeah.
Then if that actually happens, there's going to be no need for the COD, and the perfect thing to do would be to adjourn it out to the 7th, get everything paid, and then this case gets dismissed.
Your Honor, the only other.
Hold it, there's another issue.
Only other issue that is there is a notice to quit sent to Mr. Taylor. It's not part of this case, Your Honor. However, I don't think I have to.
For a termination.
For termination of tenancy. Resolved with.
It was gonna be.
It was going to be because my
Okay.
client didn't want to accept rent beyond the date of the notice.
Got it. Okay.
That's why.
So the COD might be necessary. So let's put it out a week, hash out all the details. If it gets paid, and then we can figure out where we go from here, okay?
Okay, she said the 7th?
Yes, at 2 p.m., correct? At
2 p.m. Can that be a Zoom meeting?
You'll have to submit the form, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Can you call the number under can you call our office and leave contact information, including an email, so that once I get approval on this conditional order of dismissal, I can send it to you so you can look at it?
Oh, for the approval?
Yes, sir. Our number is under James Fink on your court paperwork.
Okay, so call them and do what?
Give them your email address. Tell them you're calling for Jillian. Give them your
For
email
Julia?
address. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
I'll reach out.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Evergreen versus Ashley Bell, Evergreen versus Denisa Hamilton, Evergreen versus Ken Lecklider. Those matters are dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. And then Gulfside Lakes versus Lanisha Williams. That was a recall.
Jillian Egan, plaintiff.
She didn't sign back in.
She has not signed back.
All right. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay. Your Honor, there is a rent to retain possession of $3,128.65. Court costs are $172 for a total of $3,300.65. Plaintiff is requesting a default judgment for possession only with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that's by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with a writ to issue in 10 days. That's it for that block. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, that's it for that block. Augusta Woods versus Tanya Rusnak.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Laura Kruger on behalf of plaintiff.
Her name?
Tanya Pop.
Okay, that's right.
Sorry.
Okay. Where are we? How much is owing?
Your Honor, we have $4,600.03 in rent and court costs owed.
All right. Ma'am, where are you on this? You have a Hawk appointment on the 5th.
I made a payment this morning with 1,000. Online, it says I owe 4,223. Maybe not all the costs is updated. $23.72.
That was before your 1,000.
No, this is after my 1,000.
Okay.
We had you deal with the lap. We had like a little gap between the 3,000 and Hawk. Fortunately, Autumn from Hawk got a hold of me prior to the 5th. I sent her the information. I'm waiting for her to get back with me. She did mention that she might reach out to them and possibly get something in sooner rather than later. I'm not sure.
Okay, so the balance you have is 46. That's after you have the $1,000
Your
she
Honor,
paid
she's not-
credit.
Her portal is including March rent. I deducted March's rent because we're still on the 28th of February. So her portal is indicating $1,000 extra. I
Got
have
it.
ledger $5,223. That includes March. So she paid 1,000, which is where she's getting the 4,200.
Thank you. Okay, so the problem's gonna be this. If I click this over into March, you gotta, before Hawk's gonna pay the 3, you gotta find that 12. So how's that gonna happen?
My husband gets paid again on the 14th. We can pay the 12 by then. Also, hoping my taxes come in by then. But yes, he gets paid bi-weekly, so the next payment will be the 14th.
Okay. So the 46 is that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to, but Hawk is operating not with the March number, right? She's operating with just the February number, or they should be.
I would, yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do, and you can let the people at Hawk know this.
Okay.
I'm going to issue a judgment for possession, finding no tribal issue for the 4,600, is it 4,603 cents? 3 cents. However, I won't have the writ issue theoretically your appointments. Then they contact you. When did you say your husband gets paid?
14th.
The 14th. All right. I won't have a writ issue until the 14th or after the 14th. That way they'll have an opportunity at least to make the payment. And hopefully if you can close that to the 3,000, Hawk pays it. That'll pay off the judgment. It won't do anything for March.
Okay.
But, okay.
If Hawk doesn't pay anything, do we just, and who do I inform? Do I get in touch with?
Well, Hawk should pay something, because if Hawk doesn't pay anything, then you're gonna have to try to work something out with the landlord or whatever. But I'm gonna issue the judgment this time.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Arbor Meadows versus Thomas Miller. Hello, sir. Your name?
Your Honor, my name is Thomas Miller.
Okay, and how much is owing now on this?
$1,288.97. That is including the 175 court costs
1288.
and 97 cents.
All right. Okay. Sir, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I could pay that before the end of the today. I could pay that as soon as I leave here. I just didn't get a chance to do it. I didn't want to be late. I just got it and I didn't want to be late for court, so I didn't.
Got it. Okay.
I was like, I'll be late for the payment because paperwork's not.
So
that
here's what
fast.
I'll do. I'll adjourn this out March 7th, 2025 at
3 p.m.
3 p.m. But if you get that paid today, they're gonna dismiss and, after here, just make sure you get everything paid.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You said that number again is,
I do. I have it right here. Can I take a picture of it?
okay. Oh, I turned my phone off.
Okay,
Sorry.
here's the number, 1,288.97.
1288, 1289.
Just give them 1,300. No, I'm just kidding.
If it was that easy.
Yeah, well, you're right. All right.
I don't like cameras.
Okay. All righty, sir. Thank you. Arbor Meadows versus Frederick Summers.
Clark Rubio.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And Marcy Summers. I'm
Yes,
presuming
that would
that's
be-
you.
Yep.
Okay, very good. All right, how much is owing on this?
Your Honor, this is a dismissal.
This is a dismissal. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for
Miss
calling Language Live.
Summers, thanks for showing up.
Yep. Have a good afternoon.
You do the same. Case is dismissed.
Thank you.
The next case requires Vietnamese interpreter. Swear in Carol.
You may.
Hello, Carol. You're in front of the Honorable Dean Cedric Simpson out of the 14th District Court, West African State of Michigan. Our number is 1423.
1433. Thank you so much. The interpreter got that. Thank you. And my name is Carol, ID 256488.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you please raise your right hand to be sworn?
Yep.
You solemnly affirm that you interpret accurately, completely, and impartially, using your best skill and judgment, and to translate from English into Vietnamese and from Vietnamese into English in the manner now before the court, so help you God.
Yes.
Thank you.
And good afternoon, Madam Interpreter.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Court does call the case of Arbor Meadows versus Don Ho.
Don Hall. Thank you very much.
Did you pick that up, Madam Interpreter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Dạ. Hôm nay là cái hôm nay là cái quyền tòa là cho về Abelmander với lại anh Don Ho.
Yeah.
Dạ.
Okay. And where are we on this case today?
SOS was able to.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Could you translate that, please, Madam
Dạ.
Interpreter?
Chúng ta bây giờ đang ở trong trường hợp nào ạ?
Là sao vậy? Chị hỏi cái ý là sao?
So what is your question?
Is somebody going to pay the amount that's owed?
Dạ, ai sẽ là người trả cái số tiền mà nợ đó ạ?
So SOS trả cái tiền đó cho em nè chị.
Yeah, SOS will pay the amount for me.
We've received confirmation that she is going to be paid in full. We can dismiss this matter, provided that council stipulates to the dismissal.
Your Honor, I've only been advising on the case. That's why I asked.
Oh, yeah, that's correct.
Ms. Ho to appear in person today, but my understanding is she does not have an objection.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
chúng
have
tôi
a
đã nhận được,
letter.
Go ahead, Madam Attorney.
yeah, chúng tôi đã nhận được xác minh là cô sẽ trả và đồng thời và hôm nay là chúng tôi sẽ có nghĩa là cô Hồ sẽ là cái người hiện diện ở trước tòa và chúng tôi có lá thư ở đây.
Yeah.
Yep.
Case is dismissed.
Yeah, có nghĩa là cái trường hợp này của chị sẽ được bãi bỏ nhé.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, cảm ơn ạ.
Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
Your Honor. Thank you so much for using our services. Would that be all for the interpreter?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I will disconnect from the call.
Thank you. Court does call the case of Westridge Mobile Home Park versus Ada Miller. That matter is dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Court calls the case of Comfort Home Rentals versus Lauren December.
Joe Lloyd, Your Honor, on behalf of Comfort Mobile Homes.
Oh, sorry.
Your name?
Lauren, member.
All right.
Your Honor, I am told that she's arranged for the funds she'll need, have them by Wednesday. If you can move us out a week.
All right.
I think you'll get a
So I'll be
dismissal
taking-
instead of us.
During this to March 7th, 2025 at 12 p.m.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And good seeing you, Mr. Lloyd, for like the 18th, 20th time in the past week or something. I don't know.
Can I get rid of all these? And then you get some time off.
There you go. Take care. Our $J Group Holdings versus Azar Segdahi Safel. So, what was that?
Ready, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And where are we on this?
May I pass to the bailiff to hand this to the,
What is it?
this is the petition for joinder before federal court we filed, Your Honor.
The petition for joinder?
Yes. We amended the complaint and we added R&J holding to our federal complaint in US court.
No. Have you seen that?
I have not, Your Honor.
Well, you can't just give me things and expect the court to take them without showing opposing counsel.
Okay, I have a copy for him. He refused to accept it.
Your Honor, she hasn't tendered it to me. Also, for what it's worth, yesterday at about 11 o'clock in the morning, the defendant served upon my office a ream of pleadings, responses, motions to stay, motions to dismiss, and so on. And I did my best.
For what case? For this one?
For this case. We're not a part of that federal case, and she is doing the classic attempting to turn this into a federal case, when in fact, it's just a summary proceedings action, Your Honor.
Absolutely not, sir.
And I did also give her copies of everything I filed by overnight mail and today. I handed it to her a while ago and she gave it back to me. I'm not going to fight over it, but they served me with a series of motions. I had to
I
respond.
don't have any motions.
No.
Yes, Your Honor, the package in front of you
has a motion to dismiss, has petition for a stay, has answered to the complaint. and
Okay,
has a
you filed
counter
these
complaint.
today? Yeah.
No,
today.
we filed it yesterday, Your Honor. You only gave us a week to answer. Remember, Your Honor?
Your Honor, you gave her.
Oh, ma'am, I remember everything I do. Do not try to address me that way. I will have a memory that will throw you in circles. So don't come at me like that. Because if you come at me like that, you're going to get hurt.
I respect.
Counsel, what were you saying?
Your Honor, I was saying that as I recall, and I wouldn't challenge your memory, you may as well, when we were appeared and she asked for the opportunity to present some reference to this federal case, you said we're going to adjourn this till next Friday at 3, and you can deliver to me a copy of that federal case so that I can look at it, not file a whole host of other pleadings and other matters at the last minute. I mean, that was tough for me to handle, but I got it out, Judge.
Well,
a copy of federal pleadings is part of that package that was hand delivered to this gentleman and to the court, Your Honor.
We have nothing to do with that federal case, Your Honor, at this point.
No,
She
you
has a
do.
case against Wells Fargo, who was a prior mortgagee in the case. We have nothing to do with it whatsoever. We're the deed holder of the property.
There's also been a parties added.
Which they counterclaimed against us yesterday at 11 o'clock in the morning and filed several motions. No parties have been added to this case, but she says she wants to add us to that federal case, and I
Well,
encourage.
the caption is changed.
Correct.
You can't just change the caption.
Well, we haven't been served. And I got the doc.
Counsel, I get it. I'm just saying this caption that I have on your documents is not the caption of this case.
I'm sorry?
The caption here, who is Carl Stafford?
Carl Stafford is here. He's my.
I don't care if he's here. He wasn't a party to this case, was he?
No.
It says all residents of the house, and he's the resident of the house.
You can't just change the caption.
What do you suggest I do, Your Honor?
You don't want to hear that. I suggest maybe you get an attorney because I just don't.
She is an attorney, Your Honor.
Oh, that's even more alarming. I don't even know what to do with this because the caption has changed, right?
Yes.
You served motions and apparently there's a counter complaint that the other side or whoever was supposed to add doesn't have an opportunity to answer. I don't even know if there's been a summons issued for these other parties.
Yes, there has.
Are you an attorney?
I'm not a bar license holder attorney. I went to law school.
Counsel, you filed an amended complaint, correct?
I did, Your Honor.
All right.
We have not received that.
I gave it to her.
No, we have not received, sir.
I gave you the packet and you gave it back. to me.
When was that, sir?
Just now, I gave it to
You
your
gave
husband.
it to me
You two
now.
wanna have your own darn conversation. You can do it outside. You don't need me here. I'm not gonna be a third wheel on a date in my courtroom.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, very sorry. I did give her all of those pleadings and the amended complaint in a white envelope, which she
Did he-
handed back.
Did he give you an envelope and then you give it back?
Yes, because
Why?
because I tried to give him the joinder and he gave it back.
She never handed it
This is
anything.
like,
to me.
this is like kindergarten. I'm going to accept the first amended complaint, counsel. you can serve it on her in whatever way you wish in terms of either you can do it by email or you can serve it by first class mail. She won't take it, she won't take it. This, what you filed, which starts out entitled plaintiff's defendant's answer to the counter, you're gonna have to refile this. I'm striking this pleading. You can't just change a caption. Well, guess we're done. And so I'll give you a week to get that out. I realize it delays the proceedings, but I don't think I can do anything else because I don't know why these parties are running around in this case that you just added to this as the petition to stay is filed on this is crazy. You're gonna have to start over. I'm striking all of that you filed. And you're gonna have to just do it right. I'll take yours, you serve it, they'll have to answer, and then we'll go from there. I don't know that putting it out to next week is gonna do us any good, so I'm gonna put it out to the 14th.
Thank you, Ron. I would ask the court if it may. She hasn't paid rent. They haven't paid rent since November. The rent for November, December, and January is $5,000 a month. And the rent for February and March is $5,500 a month. I would ask that you ask them to escrow.
What is the current monthly amount of rent?
It's there's a holdover provision, but we'll accept the normal rent. Your Honor.
About 5,000?
5,000 for.
I'm gonna order escrow.
Escrow, we would pay it in escrow, Your Honor, but not to them because they have to sell the property to us.
I'm gonna order that you pay escrow to the court in the amount of $5,000. I'm not gonna do a proration back to the original. You'll start that March 1st. It needs to be paid within 7 days of the date of my order and then needs to be paid each month while this matter is pending. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please
Thank you,
prepare
Your Honor.
an order to that effect. I will
So
adjourn this.
February rent and March rent.
I can only have March rent.
March.
I could prorate a day February, but I'm
That's
not.
not necessary. We'll accept the.
March 14, 2025 at 1 p.m. I feel a cold coming. 1 p.m.
You're on. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, I will now. All right, now give it. Yeah, give it because Ann.
Can I take it?
Can you what?
Could we submit the joinder or no?
You may, if it is in proper form, submit it anything that you like, but not to me.
Okay,
You can file it with the clerk's office once the file gets up there.
by all means.
Just don't. Just don't. Just
Are we dismissed, Your Honor?
bye. Yes.
Thanks, Judge.
It's Friday.
Okay. That's it. You know, it makes me less fearful of any of these cases because it can't be that bad. None of them can get there. What?
I said I'm sitting.
You mean it could get that bad?
You always tell me I'm trouble.
Oh, no, you know what? And you're right. I do say that to you. And I am going to take that back after what I just experienced.
Thank you.
You're nothing. Court calls the case of Lakestone Apartments versus Nicole Murdoch.
May it please the Honorable Court, Steve Gann, P 78209 for the plaintiff. I'm not sure I want to be following that case.
Okay, so Mr. Gann, if you say anything about Michigan State, I will cut your feed. I will dismiss all of your cases. All right, I'm just letting you know where I'm at with that whole game. All
I
right?
understand. I will not take a long shot at that.
All right. All right. Ms. Murdoch?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Go blue.
Yeah. Everybody, let's just poke at the judge.
Judge, I'm going to make this one easy for you. Ms. Murdoch has applied for hog help. We
Yes.
don't have that information yet, so we're
Yes,
going
we
to be
do,
willing to
sir.
adjourn.
They,
Oh, we
they,
do.
they submitted payment today. We received the
Oh,
email.
great.
Lakestone will have it in 10 to 14 business days via mail. I submitted that information to DHS. DHS has submitted their payment as well via mail, 10 to 14 business days. I spoke to Sabrina today for March rent. I get paid on the 7th and we're good to go.
Sounds great. Your
You
Honor. I
get
would
paid
ask
on the
adjourn.
7th?
Yes, sir.
All right, so it's
Your Honor?
10 to 14 days. So from today, you want me to just put this out to the 14th, make sure everything's done?
How about the 21st, Your Honor? That way we're
All
not
right.
coming back just for,
Got it.
thank you so
During
much.
this matter, March 21st, 2025, 2 p.m. Okay, and hopefully it can all just be done and over by then.
Yes, sir. It will be. Now, do I have to show back up, Mr. Simpson?
Yes, because you said go blue and I say go Terp, so I'm gonna make you come here.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Don't do me like that.
No,
Well,
ma'am, if everything is paid, you don't have to show up.
Okay,
Ma'am,
thank you.
Ma'am, I'm probably more in trouble than you are because I'm a Spartan fan.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah,
attorney.
the
We're
blue
all
I
in
can
trouble
handle.
here.
Green today is like really not my color.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you guys
You have
have a
great-
blessed weekend. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And you
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Take care, Mr. Gann. Is that it for him?
That is
All
Your
right.
Honor. Thank you.
All right, take care. Sandy McFish. Okay, I'm at McDonald's. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
It's fun to see people who don't know your team. She thought you were making a Michigan State comment.
I know, she did. And I quickly
you're not.
accused her of that. What? Oh. Is that what that signal means? Yeah. Now I know. Ebony Brett.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. David Fantair on behalf of the plaintiff.
Bill Bauer here on behalf of Ms. Britt.
Oh, here we go.
No, Your Honor, we have a signed conditional dismissal.
And I'm not going to object. I'm not going to withdraw my consent or object or anything.
Wow. Thank you, guys. Case conditionally dismissed.
And I want to say that, say something nice about Ms. Bauer.
Why?
They did all the work.
Oh.
Yeah, this was another one where you had to get creative.
That they will do. Sandy McFinish versus Robert Rogers.
David Fantair on behalf of the plaintiff.
Your name, sir?
Robert Rogers.
All right. Keep your hands out of your pockets.
Your Honor, we would like to adjourn this case for 2 weeks. This case involves a garage.
Yeah.
And I think
Remember.
we hashed out some ideas and he's going to need a payment plan, kind of incorporating the garage into the apartment.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I think I got his phone number and I think we'll come back with an agreement in 2 weeks.
All right. Do you agree, sir?
Yes.
All right. March 14, 2025 at
1 p.m.
Is that the same time as that other case?
Yeah.
It is? Good. I'm gonna make them sit here with me. All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend, sir.
All right.
Court calls the case, Sandy McFinish versus Stephanie Sims.
David Fantair on behalf of the plaintiff.
Stephanie Sims.
Your Honor, in this case, she has an appointment with SOS scheduled for the 17th. They're 2 weeks ahead, so it's going to be Monday. I talked to them.
They moved it up.
They moved it up by 2 weeks. and they believe that she's going to qualify, so we could adjourn this out to the 14th. I think we'll probably come back with a, and right now she just has a balance of $2,000. So even if we add March in, she's going to be,
She'll be on.
she'll be okay. And I think we'll come back and we'll be
Okay
done.
with that?
Yes, sir.
All right, March 14th, 2025, 1 p.m.
Thank you.
All right, you have a great. Sandy McFiddish versus Lindsay Love.
David Fantair on behalf of the plaintiff.
Well,
Hello,
name?
Lindsay Love.
Your Honor, Miss Love this morning had a balance of $1,070. She paid $1,000, and I would like to dismiss the case. And she knows the $70 is just going to carry over to March's rent, and we'll deal with. She'll get it paid, and we'll be fine. So,
Any problem with any of that?
No, sir.
Case dismissed. Thank you.
thank you.
Bishop Pickering versus Jasmine Murdoch.
David Fantair on behalf of the plaintiff.
Hello.
Cindy Murdoch, hi.
So we're going to kind of transform this into a termination case. Miss Murdoch is moving out the 15th. There are some issues. And so we turn this into a termination judgment where she's got to move out the 15th. And then I wrote under further orders that our claims are preserved and so are her defenses. So if at any point in time, somebody brings up a collection case against her, she can say whatever she said in court last week and was going to say today. But this is just for possession, and I think the possession is going to be resolved.
All of that correct?
Yep, I talk too much, so I got nothing to say.
What?
Still sober 4 years now from the last time.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Feels a whole lot better, doesn't it?
Don't I look better? I just turned 40.
40?
Yeah.
It's not 29. All right. So you have no questions regarding anything on this judgment?
I'm moving on the 15th.
All right. And you do understand this is a consent judgment. You're unrepresented by counsel. And that you have 3 business days to think about this. If you
I
believe
do.
that there's some legal reason, some right you didn't assert, or some other confusion on your part, you'd have those 3 business days to file a motion.
Yes, sir.
Set it aside. All right, very good. Signed off on it? You're all set. Thank you, folks, for working it out.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck.
This is Haverkamp versus Michael Agbana.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Fantair on behalf of the plaintiff.
Agbana? No one's here. Well, do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Your Honor, I'm David Fantair. I'm the attorney for Mrs. Haverkamp LLC, and as such, I'm familiar with the books and records as to relate to this tenancy. In this case, there's rent owing in the amount of $22,600, court cost of $175, for a total amount owing of $2,775. We'd ask for a judgment for possession with a written 10 days if that amount remains unpaid.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days. Red Shield Rentals versus Nakia Turner. And Elsie. Elise.
You can bring her up. Judge would probably like to see her.
You're gonna leave the little one just sitting back? Really? My courtroom? What?
You're actually wearing the judge's colors today.
There you go. He's good. All right, your name?
Nakia Turner.
Elise Turner.
All right, and where are we on this case?
I have a conditional dismissal. The amount of rent that's owed is $2,726.98, court cost of $188 for a total of $2914.98. SOS is going to pay that entire balance. I just want to compliment them because when we first appeared on this case, they had a balance in January of $5,200. So A, they got it down under $3,000 and paid February so that SOS is gonna be able to pay it, and we're gonna go into March with a zero balance.
Wonderful. All of that correct, some folks?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions regarding anything on this conditional order dismissal?
No, sir.
All right. And you do understand that if SOS doesn't pay, that they can receive a judgment with an immediate writ. You understand that?
Your Honor, could you change that from 4B to 4A? I
Okay.
normally make the cases where SOS is gonna pay the entire balance, 4A cases, because if for some reason they don't pay, I may not know about it.
Okay. So if that does happen, some mix up in the payment, there would be a hearing before anything else would transpire. That's probably the best way to put it. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you've been apprised of your rights under the court rule. You have 3 business days to think about this. If you believe that there's some legal reason, some confusion or some misunderstanding as to your rights, you would have 3 days to file a motion to set this aside. You understand that?
Yes.
Not sure why you would, but good. And what's the little one's name?
Egypt.
Say hi.
Hello. See, that's the nicest smile anybody's given me all day. Thank you, young lady. All right, I signed that off. Good luck to you both. Oh,
Thank you.
all right. Take care.
I think that's all for me today, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Sycamore Meadows. Yeah, I have all of these. Is there any particular order you want me to take them in? Council approach on these? Maria Story.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Carrie Dan, 7390 on behalf of plaintiff.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm legal requesting permission under Michigan Court Rule 8.120 to practice under the supervision of Judge Bauer for defendant Tribria Story.
Is the only reason that you have to ask that is because you haven't received your P number?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
I was confused because I thought last time I was here, they said that you were sworn in. So I was like, what's
Right.
going on right now?
It's a
Did you
weird
miss
thing now. They have to get, well, I think it's always been the case, but they actually have to wait for the P number to be mailed to you.
So hopefully she won't have to recite that court rule that time.
Which is just the strangest thing, that everything else is secure and it gets mailed. Anyway, permission to practice is granted.
On this one, Judge, if you recall, there was some, Miss Story had applied for DHS, checks were mailed out. I made a call to previous management. They couldn't, my understanding is the checks went to corporate. I did put a call into corporate. I don't have an answer as to, they received a check, but I don't know which one because we were waiting on 2. And so can we adjourn this, Judge, so that I can follow up with corporate and figure out where?
No objection to that.
No.
March 7, 2025 at
12 p.m.
12 p.m.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, has Christine Mason already been
Yes.
dismissed?
Yeah, we submitted the conditional
Okay,
dismissal.
it's still on the, because I forgot to give that name if it hasn't been dismissed yet.
So I submitted the conditional dismissal. I you on it and
Well, if I call it, then we can. It wasn't taken off. No, it wasn't.
So we need that one to be called with our cases as well.
okay.
Okay. Well, we just call it now. Sycamore versus Christine Mason.
Bill Bauer here. Attorney Carrie Dan. Your Honor.
Conditional dismissal was submitted to corporate and
Yes, and I do have it.
we both signed it. We just have to use sign it.
I don't have defendant's counsel's signature on the copy I have.
I thought maybe I sent the wrong one, but
Oh, maybe
she's
that's
here.
why it's still on the docket.
Maybe that's why it's on the docket.
Of course, don't have my briefcase with me today. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Forgot.
All right, now that everything's signed, it's been signed by counsel, I'll sign up on it. This case is conditionally dismissed. Calls the case of Sycamore Meadows versus Chanel Phelps.
Your Honor, Ms. Phelps is also present. Jill Bauer here on behalf of Ms. Phelps. She has a hawk appointment. It was supposed to be several weeks out, but they bumped it up to March 4th.
March,
Yeah, but now it's March 4th.
Now it's March 4th.
Yes.
And her balance is under 3,000.
I paid that yesterday. You got me the deadline to the 27th. I paid it yesterday. And then I got the letter in the mail after I paid it saying, don't pay rent, new management immediately effective. I'm like, dang, but yes, paid it.
Okay.
I got my.
Well, everything will be taken care of in that regard. Okay. So don't worry, it won't be lost funds or anything.
So I'm not really sure what I should do now, like, cause the letter said don't pay rent because.
Ma'am, that will be straightened out in rather short order as to where those funds go.
Okay.
I just told her to hang on to that receipt.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. All right. So you want me to adjourn this out 2 weeks?
That'd be great.
So am I paying something within the 2 weeks or what should I do?
Just sit tight.
Okay. Can I ask a weird question?
A weird question?
Yeah.
You may certainly.
What you say your name was?
Me?
No.
Oh.
My name's Emily.
Emily? Yeah, she looks so familiar. Okay, thank you.
March 14, 2025 at 1 p.m. All right, thank you.
What date?
14th at 1.
Text me and tell me.
Sycamore Meadows versus Katina Davis.
Again, Attorney Carrie Zan on behalf of Jill Bauer here on behalf of Ms.
Okay.
If you recall, I just wanted to know that Davis did go in, she did the recertification, it brought the balance of court costs down to $687. It's my understanding that she has a hawk appointment, but not until March 31st.
So I would just ask that we adjourn it to the first Friday following March 1st since.
Well, is that appointment going to stick? I don't think that's going to stick. They're moving those from that third week up 2 weeks.
Okay.
So what I will do is I'll adjourn it to March 21st,
Okay.
2025 at 2 p.m. Hopefully that will, if things keep going the way that they're going, that will be about right.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Sycamore Meadows versus Demita Brown.
Again, Carrie Zandon on behalf.
Emily wrote for Ms. Brown.
All right, Miss Brown
Good
is
afternoon,
on.
Judge.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you
All right,
today?
I'm okay now.
Okay.
I had a moment.
We'll take that.
but
We'll take
I'm
that.
good.
Understandable.
All right.
Last time we were here, council asked for a copy of the ledger and the old ledger. I actually did get that before there was a change, gave that to council today.
Yes, we are just still missing for the recertifications, which we did ask for last time as well. And I understand things have just been chaotic, but we still haven't gotten this. So we'd like to adjourn that out to give more time.
You want to put us on the March 21st date? I'm okay with that.
That's during the matter of March 21st, 2025, 2 p.m. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Sycamore Meadows versus Kenyatta Hudson.
Again, Carrie Zan on behalf of plaintiff.
Kenyatta Hudson. There is no response. You may proceed.
Your Honor, plaintiff moves for, oh, you need to swear me
Do you
in.
solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but shall be God?
I do. Your Honor, plaintiff moves for default judgment, rent to retain $1,397.29. Court costs of $190 for a total of $1,587.29. Asking for a writ issue date of March 10th, 2025. I have a judgment prepared.
All right, judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days. Court does call the case of Sycamore Meadows versus Shavonda Richards.
Carrie Zan on behalf of plaintiff.
What's your name?
Richard. My notes say that she had an appointment with DHS.
No, I got it again, so. I do have the payment of the 2,082 that's on the court paper, but I can pay that.
So I show 3,120.
Yeah, I know that's the amount.
Three,
Hold on, hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. So
You
I
show how much is owing?
with court costs of $193,313. And you have how much?
I can pay the 2,082. And then I get
2,082.
paid next Friday. I can probably do like another 400 next Friday.
So she can pay how much?
$2,082. So that puts us just a little over,
13.
yeah, like about 13. Then she said she can pay 4 again on.
I get paid next Friday, so probably a little more than 4. So I'll probably say 5 at the most.
Okay, but what's your monthly rent?
Right now, they are charging me $1,011 a month.
Well, I can either do one or two things. I can find no tribal issue, lock this figure in for February, and then give you extended time to pay that out so you can get this amount paid off.
That's what I was thinking. Do you think if we give you to look at the calendar, I can, the 21st of March, by then you, I just was gonna grab my phone to do the.
No, I can see. I have my glasses on. I
I'm
can
looking at
tell.
my phone for the amount, so like the 13, we're talking about 1,300, a little bit more than 1,300. When do you think you can have that paid? I can give you to March 21st if you need, if that works. That gives you 1, 2, 3 full weeks, but you tell me.
Cause I get paid every 2 weeks. So let me see.
When did the last time you got paid?
Well, if you get paid on Friday, she'd get paid on the 28th.
Yeah.
How about I give you till March 28th?
We'll do it that way. Let you get February paid off, okay?
Oh.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find no tribal issue after hearing. I'm gonna issue a judgment for possession for the total amount of the $3,313. Was there any change?
No, Judge.
All right. With the writ to issue March 28th.
I have a judgment prepared, Your Honor.
All right.
And can I get a paper so I could give to my job stating that I was here?
She ain't been here. No.
Yes,
I didn't see it. I mean, you come up to me and say, I don't know who. All right. Yeah, if you wait a moment, when my coordinator comes back, we'll get something.
Okay.
Thank you. Court calls case of Sycamore Meadows versus Denisha McCoy.
Again, Carrie Zanin on behalf of plaintiff.
Hello. All right. How much is owing now on this?
Well, I'm showing $1,615 plus court costs of $190 for a total of $1,820. She was gonna pay $300 to the court. Did you pay?
I paid it to the rental office.
When did you do that? Today or yesterday?
I did it Wednesday. I got the receipt right here.
No, that's okay. I'm not trusting you. It just didn't go on your account. Okay. So it's 1,820. What's your monthly rent?
501.
All right. So let's say you paid the 300, so you got about 1,500 and a little and some change left. How soon can you think you can get that paid?
Well, I don't know. I have an appointment. I had it with Hawk March 19th, but they moved it up to March 5th. So
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So let's do this. They're actually giving pretty quick answers. So I'm gonna adjourn it out 1 week.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I have to come in person or am I able to do Zoom?
Well, you don't want to see me?
You don't want to stand next to me? Come on.
I can't keep.
She said, you know what? Everybody else at least like says, yeah, Judge, I see. She said, no.
No.
I can afford all the days off.
No, I know what you're saying. Okay, hang
I
on.
don't care if you Zoom.
There's a form that you'll need to fill out. And we'll give that to you. You might want to fill it out before you leave and submit it. And that way that can be taken care of. March 7th, 2025 at 12 p.m.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. And And
She's doing it.
you already told her? All right. Thank you. Court does call the case of Sycamore Meadows versus Tyrod LaFleur.
Again, Carrie Zanon on behalf of plaintiff. I believe he's in person.
Your name?
Tyrod.
Tyrod. I did that last time.
All right, sir.
All right. Okay, well, how much does he?
I'm showing $1,205, court costs of $190, so $1,395. He was gonna pay $200. By the 20
He paid it to the court.
He paid it to the court.
Yep.
Wonderful.
All right. So how much time do you need to clear this?
I'm not sure. Well, 3 weeks would be good, but I did have a meeting with Autumn Monday. She's waiting on paperwork from Sycamore Meadows to come back to her.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just waiting on.
I might have done it though, Judge, because
Okay.
I might have.
Already sent it, you mean?
Yeah, but
the figure they're gonna have is just his.
Yeah. Well, you gave them this figure, right? Is that the figure you gave them?
Yeah, I think I gave him 13.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it was 11 at first, with court costs.
Course,
Then
right.
it went to 200.
So let me just ask you this. What's your monthly rent?
Right now, February would be 250 something.
250 a month?
Yeah,
Okay.
Probably 258, like that.
Okay. Well, they might put that on if I adjourn it out rather than to do a judgment.
That's fine.
Why don't I do that?
I can pay that still.
So I'll adjourn it out to your appointment's the 5th, you said?
No, I had an appointment on Monday.
Oh, you had said
I
that?
had one.
Just had one.
So Autumn is waiting on, Hawk is waiting on paperwork from.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna still go to the 14th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Okay. And let that get out there. All right.
Have a good
Thank you.
Thanks. Sycamore Meadows versus Kiera Davis.
Carrie Zanon on behalf of plaintiff.
Kiera Davis, nobody's here. You may proceed.
Your Honor, plaintiff moves for a default judgment, rent retained $1,740, court costs of $190 for total rent retained of $1,930. Asking for a possession judgment, a written date of March 10th, 2025, and I have a judgment prepared.
To the plaintiff, that's by default. For the redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days. Court calls the case of Sycamore Meadows versus Ebony Brown.
Again, Carrie Zanon.
Ebony Brown, you may proceed.
Your Honor, plaintiff moves for a default judgment, rent retained $583, court costs of $190, total rent retained $773. Asking for a possession judgment, a writ issue date of March 10th, 2025, and I have a judgment prepared.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days. That it for you?
Yes, better than I expected. I didn't know that they actually put notices on.
Oh, about not paying.
About. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody just kind of left me out there hanging.
Lamont Nunn versus Christina Montgomery. None. Neither parties here, case dismissed. And Capital Mortgage Services of Texas versus Ranch Rickard. That case is dismissed. On plaintiff's vote. Yeah. Bit of forkiness, we're done. 14A stands adjourned. Oh, goodbye, Amy. Thank you.
Bye.